Hey, what's up, Helldivers? Enforcer 5150 here, and we're back to go through today's patch notes for this week. Yes, it is a Tuesday, and they love putting out these things at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, we're going to go through these patch notes real quick and just talk a little bit about what we have coming up, and seemingly the issue with Sony finally backing down, and now I'm kind of more awake. I'll talk a little bit about it, but this is mostly the patch notes, so let's go ahead and get right to it. Alright, so patch notes with 302, we have a democratic day to you, Helldivers and citizens. Today we bring you yet another patch addressing various freedom hampering issues. Now, the overview here is giving us that we have some weapons and enemy balancing, some crash fixes, of the social menu issues, dot damage fix, misaligned scopes fix, okay, the general fixes and improvements. The misaligned scopes, though, I still think it was a automaton plot, but who knows, maybe it was just that, just as a bug. But anyway, alright, going on to the balancing, we have the R-36 Eruptor increased explosion damage from 40 and removed shrapnel from the explosion. And this is just mainly to avoid crashes, which I guess some players were getting when they're using it. But increased damage by 40. I don't know what exactly it was at before. I think it was 35, so maybe it just went up 5, so it's not a big amount. I'm assuming the crashes were due to the shrapnel from the explosion, just kind of like, weapon debris in a lot of games. Naming Fallout, but yeah, that's likely the issue. The main issue was the shrapnel, and then they increased the damage to make up for removing the shrapnel. Anyway, moving on to enemies, increase the shrieker sight and hearing range slightly. They don't need it. They absolutely do not need that. It's bad. Those things freaking suck, and they should not get their sight and hearing range increased, but whatever, we'll deal. We will deal. Anyway, moving on. Increased gunship hearing range slightly, and then we have a bunch of fixes, crashes, and the social menu fixes. It doesn't say what is it called before. It was known issues. So this is a lot of the stuff that they've had ongoing for the last few weeks and the last few patch notes that we've done. But yeah, this should be our final for our crash fixes or issues that are known. Okay, so we have our gameplay ones. We have fixed issue with the damage over time effects were being applied. This should fix issues where only the network session owner could apply them, and other cases where they should be applied inconsistently. So basically, if you were a host, you were the only one that could apply any type of dot on enemies. It was kind of crappy, but I always host my own, so I didn't notice it too much on my end. So that definitely sucked for a lot of people. I played a few games where I was playing into someone else's game, and yeah, the dots did not work. Anyway, firing a Punisher plasma while wearing a shield backpack no longer damages the Helldiver. Fixed issues with some weapon scopes not being aligned in first-person view. Then we have the sound when stimming no longer plays while being interrupted. Oh, wait. Oh, so like when you're stemming and then you get interrupted, like you get hit by something, I'm pretty sure that's like you stop, you're like start saying something and it'll just stop. But that's cool that they got rid of that. I figured it was kind of intentional. But either way, moving on. Or major orders with the kill task now track score correctly, which previously it counted the entire squad's kills once per player, meaning it would multiply the score by the number of people on the mission. This is now amended. So that's nice to know that they have been fixing the major orders. It definitely gets noticeable as you start moving on with these major kill tasks. Anyway, moving on with the Helldivers no longer land on tall rocks in the Horde defend missions. I didn't have that. I think we were doing that intentionally, though. The people that were doing that intentionally to try to stay above everything and like be able to shoot down everything. Anyway, we have Helldivers can no longer land on top of bug pillars and deactivate terminate control system missions. Yeah, that's kind of a minor cheat, but all right. Fix for the reinforced stratagem not being present if Helldiver leaves the session before readying up, and the hot joining the active session. I'm trying to remember what. I'm pretty sure I understand what that means or what it is because I think I've come across it. But if you leave the session before readying up, basically you don't get the reinforce button. I think that's what's going on, like the reinforced stratagem. I know there was a bug with the SOS as well. So, yeah, glad they got that fixed. Anyway, now we have a few crashes here. Fix a crash that could occur when all players were dead on deactivate tournament control system. Fix the crash that could occur on the game shutdown. Fix a crash that could occur when leaving the mission and rejoining. Fix the crash that occurred at the end of cutscenes. And they also fix the crash when diving into missions. And of all these, almost every one of these I've come across so far, and it's really annoying, but I'm happy that they're getting this fixed finally. Anyway, we have a fixed tutorial crash that could occur on PC when alt-tabbing. Fix the crash that could occur when using beam weapons. Also fix the rare crash that could occur for players on the startup when using a VPN. Also fix the soft lock that could occur if the player would open the text chat while having the stratagem menu open, and then also fix other general crashes, which I wish they would kind of go through still, because they had like a lot of known issues that were there. I'm kind of wondering which ones are fixed, because they did not give us a known issues in this one. Anyway, we have the social menu fixes. PC players adding friends through friend codes can no longer show up as unknown. Fixed overlapping footers inside the menus. All right, and we have Steam friends should now be visible in social menu, even though friends list is not set to public in Steam privacy settings. Recent players list now include hot joining players. Players are now able to unlock or unblock players that are not in the friends list beforehand. Very nice. I'm glad they finally fixed that. Fixed issue with empty friends names and social menus. Lobby privacy mode text updates immediately when changed. We also have player names no longer than 26 characters should now update properly in the social menu. Player names that are longer than 26 characters should now update properly in the social menu. Fixed issue where non-host players could kick others indiscriminately, including the host. Neat. Anyway, total, we have others, just other fixes that they did. I guess total purchase counter on the right side of the robotics workshop section no longer displays 7 to 8 despite all stratagems being purchased. And we have resolved some edge cases related to Steam app ID related errors on login. Not sure what that means, but that is all of them. A lot of fixes in this one. We don't have a lot of like updates on weapons or anything like that. Just the Eruptor is like the only thing that's kind of changed. Finally, after Sony's little debacle on trying to force people to use the PSN account link, we're starting to see things come back to normal again. As you can see here with the recent reviews, you can see that the 219,000 plus negative reviews on May 2nd. But then you can see now that we're starting to get back up there with a lot of those people changing those negatives back to a positive. But there's still some that are not going to change it. And I don't blame them. They are very mad, and for good reason. They're thinking about putting out a new cape that signifies this drop and it coming back up. I don't know, I might wear it. But all in all, things are looking back up for Helldivers 2, and I am glad because, you know, I do really enjoy this game, and I hope that everything does work out. But yeah, that's it, all we have for today's patch notes. If you're feeling extra thankful, be sure to hit that super thanks at the bottom of this video. Anyway, that's all we're gonna do for this video today. Make sure you hit that like button, definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel. You all take care and happy gaming.